This is a Slovak Army PODAP Type 5. This 4-pound 24-hour ration's acronym, PODAP, actually translates to Emergency Food Ration. It comes in 5 different menus, and this one here was produced in 2014. It has a 3-year shelf life, and it's a pretty straightforward military ration. It lists its contents right on the front. So let's check this out. Okay, right off the bat, we've got some crisp bread. It's a light crisp bread. And that's a corn crisp bread. And some dark crisp bread. And get the variety on crisp breads. And we've got some instant tea with vitamin C in these effervescent tablets. You get 10 of those. Also get a multivitamin tablet, also effervescent. Put that in a drink. Each one of those, these 10 tablets, it comes out to 0.2 liters of water each. 2 whole liters for each of them. Oh wow, check that out. Poultry liver pate. Still just in date here. April 2017. I'm sure it'll last a lot longer than that. Yeah, what's this here? Some sort of bean soup. Looks like a nice 300 gram or so can of bean soup. What else we got here? This is cabbage with sausage and potatoes. That sounds like a nice wholesome little main there. Let's see what else we've got here. And this is some poultry meat with rice and vegetables. And this is pretty interesting. Just an accessory can. We'll find out what's in that in a minute here. And the only other thing are instructions for heating the cans. Also the preparation of that multivitamin drink. Not bad. Looking pretty good. So let's first start off with breakfast. Alright, for breakfast we're going to be starting it off with that poultry liver pate and bean soup. Gonna put that light crisp bread along with it and that multivitamin and instant tea effervescent drink mix. And that accessory packet can. Alright, so let's get this out onto a tray. Nice! Okay, let's first check out that accessory can. There it is. Oops. So what's this thing? It looks like the bottom to a stove or something. Some water purification tablets. I'm guessing that's what those are. Yeah, those are water purification tablets. Another part of the stove here. This thing's gonna be pretty different. And this looks like a half-liter bag for that. Oh, a whole liter. Okay. Half marker and whole liter marker for those purification tablets. It's like a interesting purification bag. And some fuel tabs. Check out this can opener. Wow. That thing's heavy duty. This looks like it would last you a lifetime. That's one of the coolest things I've ever found in a ration. Wow, look at that can opener. You could open bottles with this, and of course, looks like, I mean, maybe not with this can, but with this one. Yeah, check that out. That's really cool. Excellent design. And some matches, which, that's funny, one of them popped out of the box. That is a really neat matchbox. Look at that. Looks so vintage. That is the weirdest little match. Look at that thing. The last time I've seen an accessory packet can was from a 1952 RCI. So how are we going to work this stove? So I'm wondering if you bend it like this. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of, I hope this is the way you're supposed to do it. I've never seen how this stove works. But if I could guess, let's see if this is right. Cool. That looks good. Let's drop a fuel tab in the center of this thing. Alright, now let's check out that bean soup and heat it up. Nice little hit. Oh geez, was this the right thing to pick for breakfast? Look at that thing. You know, this really kind of smells like some sort of green bean casserole, onion green bean casserole that you'd have at Thanksgiving or something. Maybe kind of a weird choice for breakfast, but I wasn't sure what kind of bean soup it really was. Green bean soup. Yeah, that's lit. Not bad. So, that is super sturdy. You gotta love that. Well, that's already kind of sizzling. Oh yeah, look at that thing. It's a quick heater. I kind of feel like the stove is a little bit flimsy. You know, like it's a definite two-hand job. You know, you skewer it with your spoon, which they don't give you a spoon, by the way. So we're using that Australian CR1M spoon. Not bad. So while that's doing its thing, and I'll occasionally, well, it looks like it's really doing its thing. I might not be able to do much else. You kind of have to tend to it. That's looking pretty wholesome. That, oh, that smells pretty good. Poultry pate really has a nice pink color to it. So let's check out those drinks. First, starting off with the multivitamin drink. Yeah, check that out. I'm gonna drop 2 in. It's good for 6 to 7 ounces. See how effervescent they are. Are they gonna be like Alka-Seltzers? Yeah, they are. That's pretty cool. Check that out. So with this, what I'm gonna do is, that was the way to do it. So, yeah, listen to that. And these instant tea mix. That's pretty cool. Instant tea, effervescent tea. I've never seen that before. Totally new thing. And this multivitamin drink, which totally tastes like a vitamin, like just B vitamins. It's not sweet. Oh, that's refreshing. That's like a, hey, look at that. Cool. That's really doing its thing. And then this. Actually, let's get this back over to the tray. Nice. And that is pretty neat. Look at that recrystallized. Kind of disturbing, you know? Look at that black tea. That really did its thing. So let's check out this bean soup. It really has a French onion kind of smell to it. Those are tender potatoes. And it really does have that reminiscent of a green bean casserole for Thanksgiving sort of flavor as well. The only thing it's missing, fried onions. But I taste onion. It's just not that delicious fried crispy onion. Which, how could they put that in a can? You know, but this, just straight out of the can, definitely a few steps up from regular canned food. Oh, there's a flavor that I can't put my finger on outside of onion and general sweetness. There's something, like there's actual sugar added to this. Not a lot, but it's there. Oh wow. Yeah, you know it's good when you keep going back and not even trying anything else yet. Yeah, this is something. Wow, this is a very simple, delicious comfort food kind of delivery. That, you know, there's something really interesting about these green beans. They don't taste canned. They aren't squeaky on your teeth. You know, they're not overcooked and mushy. So let's check out that pate. That's a really fine, that's a big old clump, but really fine kind of looking pate. Looks like an easy spread. That's the best kind. That's a ton of pate on one. I gotta spread that over. Trying that pate on its own. Wow, that's interesting. No metallic flavor whatsoever. That is the smoothest pate I've had in a long time. That's quality. Perfectly smooth. No granular texture. It's not metallic. It's buttery. That's perfect pate. That's the way it's supposed to be. Absolute quality. I'm surprised considering it's a poultry pate. It doesn't have a metallic flavor to it. And I mean absolutely no metallic flavor. Chicken liver, for instance, is notoriously metallic. So not exactly sure of what they did here, but they did it right. This pate is just... That is a perfect combination. It tastes like there's some butter in with that. I mean, literally, I just keep tasting butter, but it's the fat. Like up there, you see that fat? That's the good stuff. That's quality. This green bean soup, it really does remind me of something you'd have on Thanksgiving. This poultry liver pate on light crisp bread, perfect choice for the morning. Yeah, now that tea. This tea is, it tastes like black tea with a dash of Diet Coke added. Is kind of like what's going on there. Now, this multivitamin drink, on the other hand, kind of has an orange juice sort of feel to it. This is the best part, the pate and crisp bread so far. And that stove was, it worked. Well, that was breakfast. Gonna be carrying these over to lunch and dinner, but the rest of this, I'm gonna enjoy this now. Later on today, I'm gonna take it over to lunch. Well, it looks like breakfast is gonna be our most complex part of this ration, because for lunch and dinner we just have a main and crisp bread. In this case, it's gonna be that poultry meat with rice and vegetables and corn crisp bread. And we've got that instant tea and multivitamin drink mix again. It might be simple, but it's still nice. Okay, we'll first start off with that poultry meat with rice and vegetables. Nice little hiss. Oh, hey, look at that. Look at that oil on the top. This looks wholesome. Has a nice kind of tomato sauce sort of flavor to it. On the first smell I kind of pick up. Wow, that's kind of like a nice poultry risotto, the way it looks. I can't quite tell yet, but we'll find out in a minute. So, what I'm probably gonna do, hook this on first. That is so sturdy. I mean, look at that. That's perfect. Not bad. That's gonna heat up real fast. That is not easy to cook. I almost wonder if you're even supposed to heat this. The way it is here, like, yeah, you're not going to be able to heat this main in that weird can. The way this is packed in like that, you can't. It's not possible. It would just all burn on the bottom. This is a really dry rice. I mean, some oil. Fair bit of oil separation here, but we're gonna have to drop it into the mess cup and like carefully scoop this out. I mean, how are they even thinking that you could even get this stuff out without half of it getting everywhere? It's kind of crazy. It's just packed in there, very dense. There was absolutely no way you could heat that without burning it, scourging the bottom, and it would have been a mess. So I'm gonna get this all scooped out in the cup. And we'll try that again. That is some really dense stuff right there. Let's get that back on there. That may or may not work, but it has a better chance at least of not completely burning up. It's sizzling. Oh. Yeah, you're gonna have to tend to this thing. Yeah, it's like way too dry. Look at it. How dry it is. You just... That's not cool. Huh. I don't have a very good feeling about getting an even dispersion of heat with this. I mean, you can't, there's just no way you can break this up. It's, do our best. That's definitely not heating as well as the last one because it needed more liquid. It was just like a solid rice chicken mass. So I don't expect this to be all too evenly heated or anything, but my apologies, but this here, this is definitely gourmet. Probably not too evenly heated, but get to the bottom, maybe there's something. Oh hey, oh yeah, you know, if that was properly heated, that would have been really good. Well, it's still pretty good. It's just the rice really needs to get heated up more. Has like a pretty strong chicken broth, slight bit of red pepper. Yeah, even cold, that's surprisingly good. That's really cool. So let's check out this corn crisp bread. Well, on its own, it kind of tastes like nothing, but maybe with a bite of this, a cold bite, but it'll be better than nothing. Well, it has that firm, uncooked, dry rice kind of feel to it, with a slightly flavorless corn crisp bread, and it's not stale. That's a plus. If I were starving, and this thing is called emergency food ration, I'd be happy. I'd be super happy. I'm still happy, no matter what. And that vitamin drink right there just really adds to it. But this is the strangest thing. You know, I actually feel like, I feel like living on the edge here. Drop in a third. Kind of bring back that carbonation. I wonder if it's going to make it taste like a Diet Coke, because that's kind of like what it tasted like before, with a little bit of black tea. It's best to drink it while it's still fizzing. That's cool. You could actually taste lemon. That lemon flavor dissipates after the carbonation goes away. It's almost like drop 2 in, then put a third in, and then drink it while that third one's fizzing, and you got yourself a really good drink. Yeah, that's way better than it was before. Now as for this, pretty weird having a half-cooked deal. I feel like I could have probably done better with that. Seemed futile keeping it in that can. I know it would have scorched it. I just hit another warm patch, and I tasted some green bell pepper. Again, almost like a chicken broth kind of overtone, and it's pretty oily. And it needed more of that. If you ask me, you could have used more oil. Something to kind of help it from being hard and not really mixing up. Maybe just a little more fat, a little more broth would have done a lot of good for it. Alright, and for dinner, we're going to be having that cabbage with sausage and potatoes and that dark crisp bread. And the same drinks again. Alright, so let's get this out onto a tray. Nice! Okay, let's first start off with those drinks. While those are doing their thing, let's set up this crazy thing again. You know, I'm not too fond of this stove. Just, you know, some of them are easier to use. This looks like another extremely dense kind of meal. I wonder how easy this will be to maneuver. Let's see. Okay, this is going to be a lot easier to manage than the last one. I still want to break it up a little bit before I drop it down on that esprit. Look at those whole pieces of sausage. Yeah, this one looks a little bit more appealing, and as for preparation, seems a lot more manageable than the last dish. So we got that broken up there. That looks good. Okay, let's see how easy this is to heat up compared to that last one. I mean, I really want to try and keep it in this can. I mean, it's really supposed to be heated up in this, not dropped into some other mess cup per se. It's just so packed into that can. You can pretty much just only poke it around, maybe fold under with the spoon, but it's a hard maneuver. You know, you're just trying to cook your meal. You don't want to have to go through a potential, you know, issue of some kind, starting a little fire or accidentally spilling your food at the very least. You just have to poke it enough times with that spoon, and that's about as good as it gets, but that's okay. This one is cooking so much easier than the last, considering it has more fluid, more oil in it, more give to when you're able to stir the thing. This pretty much looks good to go. Alright, this looks the most wholesome out of all of them so far. Wow, look at that. Oh wow. That is incredible sausage. It's so tender. It seems like slow cooked. An andouille sausage. It's almost tangy. It's this is definitely the best thing in the ration. This makes the whole ration. This is whatever kind of Slovakian dish this is. This is amazing. Look at that cabbage. And there are a lot of oils. The cabbage is very rendered. That cabbage has a lot of vitamin C. This right here, absolutely incredible. Look at the oils. That's flavor. See that? You see, that's what makes this is amazing. This right here is by far the best part of this ration. The sausage kind of gives a Cajun feel to it almost, like an andouille sausage. But then with that cabbage, this is such an incredibly varied combination of flavors. The tangy of that cabbage, that is amazing. You can see some fat in there. This is a high fat meal right here. And that's good. That's what you need. You need a high calorie. You know, I've noticed there's like no sugar in this whole ration. I don't think there's any sugar in either one of these instant drink mixes. I swear, that is the weirdest tea. It's a lemon tea. It's a carbonated instant lemon tea that is sugar-free and weird. It's interesting. I mean, sorry for the lack of a better term, but weird is all I can come up with. Because it's not exactly pleasing. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. But I keep going back for more. I like the fact there's vitamin C, but that they added some sort of strange sweetener. Not a lot of it. And I think it's just sorbitol. Maybe acetylene potassium or something. If that's how you spell it, pronounce it, whatever. Anyway, back to this. Wait, I mean, what do you do with the flatbread, really? I mean, you just kind of have this with it or something? I mean, I can't figure, what do you do with the flatbread? Maybe there's something else that you have, you know, part of, I don't know. I don't understand why there's so much crisp bread. I think I said flatbread. Well, I stand corrected. This is a great combination. Just put that on there. That's added calories, and it actually makes this crisp bread a little more interesting. The crisp bread in the Czech BDP was more flavorful, and I know it's the same exact crisp bread, so I can't understand it. I just do not pick up the same flavor profiles with this crisp bread. It's almost like stale or something, but the texture is actually more crisp than the Czech BDP crisp bread. That's one way to do it. This multivitamin beverage, I really do enjoy this. If you ever have had airborne or any like effervescent cold flu prevention beverage, let's say, you know, some vitamins and echinacea in it, this tastes pretty much exactly like that. It's unusual. It tastes like a strange, unsweet, carbonated, watered down, B vitamin added orange juice. I just can't stop eating this stuff. One of the best things I've ever eaten in my life. This tastes like a nice home-cooked meal. I wonder if this is a common Slavic dish right here. I mean, it really seems like something. Look at that, it's just so unique. It's delicious. Look at all that cabbage. Yeah, this is incredible. I mean, you just can't go wrong with this dish. Well, this Slavic ration was pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. There was like no sugar in this thing. And it's dark crisp bread. It's pretty good on its own. Strange, carbonated, effervescent tea. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm glad I have a couple tablets left. I think 2 left to make another cup like this. And that's okay. It really does taste like flat Diet Coke with a weird little bit of lemon to it. This is a low sugar, high protein, very satisfying kind of ration. It's a lot like, say, some Spanish rations. Those are high protein, low sugar, they're satisfying. And unlike some rations where a single meal, no joke, can have like 90 grams of sugar in the thing, sometimes more, this one relies on being nourishing, and it's sparse, but it gets the job done. I think this stove could get some slight improvements in stability. Other than that, this is actually a fantastic ration. Right on. This was a Slavic PODAP Type 5. Anyway, this is Steve 1989 off MREinfo. Hope you liked the video, and I'll be coming back at you with something new. Or old. Alright, cool. See ya.